the example that y'all used of Sir Ernest Shackleton and how you tied that into Jacinda and the pandemic and how she handled it. How did you discover that person, and what was the decision to use him in the doc to kind of tie those two things together? Because I thought that that was brilliant, and I had never heard of him, but I thought it was such an excellent way to make a really huge point.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to say. Thank you.
No, it's the truth. Because I was like, I would have never looked at the doc and been like, well, oh, there's an example of someone doing this and doing it well and putting themselves above not above the, not putting themselves above the crew, putting their crew above themselves in order to find ways to save as many as possible. And that's what she did in the course of COVID. She put everybody else ahead of her and was like, hey, what can we do to kind of make this work out? So I just want to know, and Lindsay, you can start it off. What was the impetus or the inspiration to include that in that way?
Yeah, so we thought that she really is she admires she admires Ernest Shackleton tremendously. I mean, he has always been an example for her of great leadership. So in order to understand where some of her motivations come from, we felt that it was a really good specific story that we could hang a lot of ideas on, right? This idea of optimism is true moral courage. That's one of his most famous lines. And that is really something that she carries within her heart. That's how she leads. That's how she thinks about the challenges of the world. She thinks that in order to persevere and to fight through all the difficulties, we have to remain optimistic. So we felt it was a very cinematic way to get those ideas across. And then we also love this idea of like history upon history upon history, right? The documentation of that Shackleton journey, which was captured by Frank Hurley, that footage is so extraordinary, and that it survived all these years and is so beautiful to look at. We just felt it conjured an emotion, and it gives you backstory in a way that is not like traditional backstory, but you understand then why she is who she is and what she believes. So we thought it was a beautiful way to kind of bring to life some of these larger themes.
I love that. Thank you for taking the time to break that down for my audience because I got all of what you said, but the
Yeah.
people that haven't seen the film yet and don't know you guys will love hearing that from y'all, not from me.
Yeah.
I want to flip back to you, Michelle. I loved how you guys displayed the kind of double standard and sexism that happens within the political arena when it comes to women. And we see that here in America all the time. But more importantly, I loved how you guys showed her handling it with grace and dignity, despite wanting to punch these clowns in their throat.
I love that line when
Yeah.
she admits that she wanted to actually punch him in the face.
Exactly. That's what like she was like, she wasn't going, uh-uh. I was like, girl, I'm with you. I'm with you.
How
But
many of us have felt that
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
listen, I had a moment like that 2 days ago, but I digress.
Oh, I mean, we unfortunately, if you sit in a room of women, we have far too many of them that we can recount.
I
So.
know it's ridiculous. Having said that, what do you think leadership looks like when kindness and humanity is at its core? And do you think, Michelle, since you brought up Jacinda being a mom, do you think that her being a mom actually helps with her invoking that kindness and humanity at its core?
That's such a great question. I mean, if you're coming home to a baby every day, it's hard not to really be grounded in your own humanity. You know, you're changing nappies or you say diapers.
Yeah.
Um, obviously having kids keeps you grounded, and it also reminds you on the daily basis what's really important, not just to yourself, but to the people that you are looking after, who you're there to work for every day. So I do think mothers have that, but I think we also naturally have that. It's an important part of our hormonal makeup is that we care about people, and unfortunately, as leaders, we are generally, we see leadership that's rewarded when it is grounded in force and othering and all of the things that we're seeing now that are so distressing. But I hope that this film really shows that you can be powerful and empathetic, and you can have resolve and do that with kindness and without, railroading or steamrolling over other people. So
Mm.
I just don't think we've seen enough examples of it. And in they always say you have to see to be. And I hope that Jacinda shows us that you can achieve extraordinary things with empathy and humanity at the core of your decision making.
And if I could just button what you said, women just do it better. We just do it better.
I love that you just say it like that. I'm like
I
going
am
around in
with
circles. I'm like,
you.
we're really good at leading and caring about people.
Women, we always have goals. We always have things that we're trying to accomplish, whether we're making a film or not. But how many times have both of you had a goal as a filmmaker to achieve something completely different? And did you experience this while you were shooting Prime Minister? I'll start with Lindsay first.
Yeah. I mean, we set out to make a film that would touch people in a deep, deep way. And we've seen as we've taken this film out into the world now,
Hmm.
how it is resonating with audiences. And when you're working on a movie, you're so focused on the image and the sound and the edit and the shooting and the this and the that, and you're just like you're in the zone, right? But you have no idea how it's going to play once it's out in the world. And I mean, what an incredible joy it's been to see audiences connect with this movie at this moment in time. I don't think Michelle or I realized, I mean, we knew, we hoped it would have an impact, but it is like really touching people in a profound way, especially women. After these screenings, women come up to us and are on the verge of tears. And that, I mean, we want, I mean, that's the dream, right? That your film really resonates in that way. And we're just so thrilled that that's happening. So yeah.
In documentary making, you set out to tell a story, but you have no idea the ripples it will create or the feedback loops that come back. And we're just only starting this journey of the film coming out, and all I can say it's hard to articulate the level of privilege it is to be associated with something that can make a difference in the world. It makes me really emotional. Like I can't, if I think about it for too long, I just am overwhelmed by, um, yeah, the privilege of having people, watching people experience something that you made, of being close to a story like this, of being part of, um, hopefully, we did justice to a story that is incredibly important. We had no idea it would land like this at this time.
Like, I'm 10 toes down for y'all. I'm just saying. That's the best way I can say it. I'm 10 toes
Oh, you
down
are
for
such a
you.
joy. Thank you so much.
I'm
That
10
Yeah,
means the
toes.
we
world.
love
I
you.
am
You're
10
the
toes down for you now and forever. I am a fan and a friend. I got you.
Oh, you're the
Oh,
best. Thank
thank you
you
so much. And you know what,
so
Carla, if you ever come to New Zealand, I've got you.
much. Michelle's got a beautiful farm. You should go
Yeah.
look her up on that.
Listen,
Well,
honey, don't
welcome.
don't give me an invitation. I will find a plane ticket and fly over there. Don't
You
play
bring all
now,
your
Michelle.
friends, your beautiful progressive friends, and we'll have a party here.
I love
And
it.
please tell everybody you know to buy a movie ticket. This is a tough time for documentaries. So
Yeah.
if this film does well in the theaters, that's a big win for everybody.
You already have the big win. You got it done and it's going to be out there and people are going to see it. Trust and believe. People are going to
Yeah,
see. Yeah.
thank
Thank you
you.
so much for your time
Thank
today, ladies.
you.
I
It was such a
appreciate it.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a
You're
great
welcome.
day.
You
Bye.
too.